Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm working on this plant, and as you can see, half of it is not done over here yet. But the leaves have like an indentation in each one of them where they're actually like creased like a real plant, and then the little flowers are like that. Now I'm going to show you how you can do this really simple. And the very first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get yourself some punches. Now this one is a Friscars, and this is the size that I'm actually using right now. Okay? And the other thing I'm using is this one, which is a heart hole puncher. Just a regular heart hole puncher. And then I am using this size heart hole puncher, which is bigger than that. Alright, now if you notice, this is this one, and then this would be the smaller ones that are like, you see the little pink ones there, and then down here are these. The first thing you need to do is you need to lay out 3 of the punches from the Friscar. Get yourself some tacky glue. I'm using the Aleene's tacky glue. And then you just put a dab of glue inside each one of them, which is really hard for me to do with using one hand. My tripod is over at my father's, so hold on one second. Okay, so I have all 3 of those with a dab of glue. Now you want to take these with a pair of tweezers. Make sure that your tweezers are pointy. And then you want to go right in between. You see how that is? You're going to go right in between that to where it's just opposite. Okay? Don't press down on it. Just set it there. And then you're going to do the same thing again and rotate it. Alright. Now, we'll leave it dry. Okay? It will dry like that. Don't worry about the center. We'll take care of that. Alright? And after that, then you need to grab yourself a large heart. Okay? Now, how I did mine was I took a pair of pliers, and if you notice, inside they have little ridges. Well, that's how I made the indentation by using this. Okay, so I just went right along the edge, and I'm going to try and show you this where you can actually see it. And I just squeezed. Just like that. And I'm doing it kind of like on an angle so that it goes upward like an actual leaf would. And then I turn it around, and I did the same exact thing again. And don't mind my fingers because I was working in the yard today on real plants. Okay, now I want to go to the center of that heart, and I'm going to give it a bend. Okay, and then pinch it and push down on it. Okay, so now it kind of resembles, oh, there went the camera, hang on. It kind of resembles a leaf. Okay, so now it looks like a leaf. It's got the little crease in it. I'm trying to keep it to where you can see it because it just does not want to focus because it's so small. Okay, so now what you need to do on the side that has the little tiny pinch on the back of it, you want to put some of your tacky glue right along on that edge. Okay, and then you want to find your plant, and wherever you're going to stick it on your plant is where you want to do it. Okay, I got to separate these little wires here. I'm just going to use the tweezers to put it right on there, and then I'm going to squeeze it in place so it stays. I'm not sure how much of that you were able to see because it's really hard to give you a good angle without the tripod. Okay, so now I'm going to make another leaf exactly the same way. And then I'm going to pinch the back of it and then press it into a fold. Put a little bit of the tacky glue on it. Use my tweezers to place it where I want it to go. Okay. Now I gotta continue to add my leaves so that I can add the flower. Alright, so I'm gonna put you on pause for a second and I'm gonna repeat the process until I get the leaves on this stem so we can add the flower, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so I have all my leaves on. Now I'm gonna take my flower and I am using a piece of wire and I am going to just kind of press it into my finger so all of the little petals start to come upward. Okay, once I have that, then I'm going to take the flower and I'm going to take the tweezers and I'm going to pull one petal, if I can, here without having it twist on me, back. It may be a little trying at first because the glue is still a little wet. There we go, I got it. Alright, so that one little petal there is lifting up toward the back. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your tacky glue and you're going to put it on the end. Get it good and covered where you want the petal to go, the flower. Okay, then you want to take your flower, put a tiny bit on there and a tiny bit on there. You're going to put this on top of here, and I don't think you're going to see this next part, so I'm just going to explain it to you. And that petal that we flipped up, you're going to cover over the wire and glue it back to the flower. Okay. Once you have it glued on there, then you can readjust all of your petals back up and make them all fluffy again. And this tacky glue is really tacky, so you may end up pulling your flower back off if you're not careful. So if that's the case, just put it back on there. Alright, I'm gonna let that dry for a second and then I'll readjust those petals. But basically, that's all you need to do to create a little plant. It's not done yet, but it's getting there, and you can kind of see how it looks. And you can also take some acrylic and kind of paint the leaves to add different shades of green if you want. And what I used was tissue paper here, and this here stuff is actually scrapbook paper because it's a little thicker and it's not quite as thick as cardstock, but it's thicker than actual paper. So I think it was like 69 cents or something like that for a sheet of it. Okay, so here it is done. And you can plant it in the ground, outside of your house, put it in a little flower pot like this one, or do whatever you want to do with it. And don't forget to mix up the sizes. I don't know if I mentioned that with the small ones and the large ones with the leaves. And you don't need to do too many, but I mean, if you notice, like right up here, let me see if I can get the focus for you. This area here, this was a tiny leaf right here, and then there's a big leaf, so you kind of fill in your spots. In fact, I think I'm going to go back and add another little leaf right here. If the thing would stay focused, we'd be okay. So I think I'll add a little leaf here and a little leaf here, but that's basically it. And then you can do it any way you want. And basically, I'm just using the wire that I had left over. You can get lots of wire from the craft store, but this wire here is actually off of some flowers, and it's already coated with the paper, so it made it easier to glue everything to it. But you can use regular wire if you want, but this is where these guys came from. I just decided to use the bottom half of these for something else, and I don't know if I'll use the top of these or not. But they're very, very tiny. In fact, I have yet to see these anywhere in a craft store. These things are probably 15 years old. They were in a craft bin, pulled them out, thought this would be great to use for the project. But anyhow, good luck on making your plants, and keep following Dollhouse Miniature Madness and tutorials for more DIY. And don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Right, thanks a lot. Have a great day.